I was looking for a dash cam a few months ago, so today in this video we're going to go over the Garmin Dashcam Mini 3 that cost me $130. Garmin did not pay me for this video, so it is completely my own opinion. Now let's go ahead and open it up. Alrighty, so right here is the Garmin Dashcam Mini 3. So on the front it has a photo of the actual dashcam itself, Garmin branding on the right hand side. At the bottom it says ultra compact voice controlled 1080p dash camera, Garmin Dashcam Mini 3. Now let's go ahead and look at the top. It says Garmin with your serial number. Now let's look at the bottom. It has all of these types of details with the barcode numbers. So when you're at the cash register, like let's just say that you're at Best Buy, they'll scan that code and it will be added so you can actually pay it. So right up here it says a Garmin Ltd. So just, you know, copyright detail where Garmin's located in Europe, America, Asia, etc. Right here on the right hand side it says micro SD and SD are trademarks of SD-3C. The Bluetooth word mark is basically, you know, all of the shenanigans for all legal stuff, and there is all the symbols plus the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi icon. Now let's go ahead and move back to the front. So after we move back here to the front, let's go ahead and move to the left hand side. Here on the left hand side it's just more Garmin branding and just the same thing as the front. Now if we go to the front again and go to the right hand side, it is pretty much the same thing but just flipped around. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look back here. So I zoomed in so you're able to read what is going on the box. So right here at the top it says requires at least 8 GB micro SD card, class 10 or faster, not included. For additional information right there. So basically what this is saying is that at very minimum you will need at least 8 GB as a micro SD card, and the maximum usually is around 512 GB. But you also have to make sure that it's class 10 speed, because if it's lower than the class 10 it will actually delay the recording and it might not actually record the accident that you are in. Now let's go ahead and move this a little bit lower. What it says is package contains Garmin Dashcam Mini 3, low profile adhesive mount, vehicle power cable, dual USB power adapter, and documentation. It includes all of these things, which is advisory stuff. Down here at the bottom it just says the same thing in Spanish and the same thing in some other language. Now it's either Spanish or something else between these two, but this is all what the details are. Alright, so we went over all the details of the Garmin Dashcam Mini 3. Let's go ahead and open up. So in order to open up there is this little pull tab, so we will just pull that back and open it up. You will be greeted with the actual dashcam itself, which is purely tiny. I am really surprised at how small it actually is. So if we go ahead and open it up, or just simply take a look, we get some Garmin branding. So this will be facing the driver, and there is this little save button. So usually there's like a little bit of a loop recording, which is typically what goes on with any dashcam. So if there's an accident and you are still you still have your hands usable, you would press on this little button here, and it will go ahead and save that to the camera. Now, if you are in a car accident, it should automatically do that for you. If there is like somebody hit you without stopping for insurance and etc., then you might want to press that button to make sure that you have that video and your license plate. So this is what it looks like outside of the product box itself. This comes in its little hollow carton and it's filled with stuff inside. We'll just go ahead and take a look at the actual unit itself. So this is the size of my palm, and this is the size of the Garmin. So it is really, really small, smaller than a GoPro. And how do we open this up? So you would need to open this up by opening up the two flaps onto the sides, and we should be able to take it out by using our two hands, pushing up, and there we go. So this is the actual dash cam itself. This is the adhesive part that will attach to the windshield. So you would like the windshield is right here. You would hang that right there and it will be up front. It will say Garmin on the front. There is the file SD card. So if there's someone that hit you and ran away, go ahead and press on that button. If there is a car accident and you had it on impact, it should automatically lock. So right here at the bottom of the dash cam, you can see that this is the camera right here. This is where you would put your micro SD card that has to be class 10 and above. Minimum 8 GB and maximum 512 GB. Right here is your mute button, and to unmute you would just press it again. Alrighty, so that's what the dash cam looks like, and this is flexible, so it's able to actually like move around depending on the shape of your windshield. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move that out of our way. So in here you get a manual that says Garmin Dashcam Mini 3. It shows you instructions and everything, as you can see. And then this is what's on the back side. I'll just tell you to download the Garmin Drive app. This is like accessories to try, so this is separate. It doesn't come with a box. And it has the same thing in Spanish. And there is another manual with all the safety, FCC, all that stuff on there. So we'll go ahead and put that right there. Let's go ahead and take out more in the box. So right here you have a very long power cable. So this is so you can actually power it. The power cord attaches to the side right here, which appears to be USB-C on the actual dash cam itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and take it out right here. You can see that this will attach to the actual dash cam itself. So if you take the actual dash cam facing it forwards, it will be like this, either going down or either going up in order to have power. Now the other side of this is actually a USB-A port. So through the USB-A port, you could plug this into your cigarette lighter or into something else. Alrighty, so just like what I said, you would plug it in into your cigarette lighter. So this is a cigarette lighter right here, and you can easily plug it in. So you would plug this in into the cigarette lighter into your car so you can get power, and this will be draped somehow from the front so you can actually connect the dash cam to itself. So how I'm going to be setting this up, I'm going to be having a power bank to temporarily power the actual camera so I don't have to be stuck inside of my car doing this. So let's go ahead and plug this in onto the side of the camera. And now there should be two lights here at the bottom that should be blinking. Now here in the app, I'll go towards the App Store. Yep, right there you can see it. There's a little beep and it is working itself. Let's go ahead and reposition the camera. Alright, so I have the app open right now. I went into the App Store. It's both on Android and also on Apple. Right here we'll go into the Garmin Drive app. That's what we are searching for. Right here we see where it says Garmin Drive. Go click on Get. Type in your password of some sort. It's currently ranked number 56 in navigation. It is now opening up. And now we will press on open. So right here in open, it's asking allow Drive to find Bluetooth devices. This allows you to communicate with your Garmin device. More than 50 devices found, which is through Bluetooth, essentially. Information from Bluetooth devices can be used to determine your location and create a profile of you. You'll press on allow. Now you're greeted towards a privacy policy screen from Garmin through the EULA. So what you would want to do is toggle it from the left to the right. Click on next. Now it's saying warning, failure to pay full attention to the operation of your vehicle could result in death, serious injury, or property damage, and so forth. You would press on agree. Now right here you see Garmin Dashcam series, navigation device, and Garmin Speak series. So what you would want to press is Garmin Dashcam series. Now it says looking for a dash camera. Now what it's saying is hold down the save button on your Dashcam Mini 3 until the LED flashes blue. So both of these two green flashing lights will be turning blue after I do that. Let's go ahead and hold down on it. Now they are both blue. The actual app is now connecting to it. It says Bluetooth pairing request, DC Mini 3, the code name. Would you like to pair it with your iPhone? I will press on pair. So right here it says about your personal data. Your dashcam records personal data including video and audio if available, GPS coordinates and speed. Press on continue. So right here what it says is DC Mini 3 error, insert a memory card to begin recording. This camera requires a microSD card of at least 8 GB with a speed rating of class 10 or higher. Signed out, your vault session has expired. Sign in to restore vault access. Sign in again to restore vault access. So what vault access is basically like an online video storage of some sorts. So we will just press on done for now. I currently don't have an SD card in it, but we will be able to see a little bit of video comparison. Alright, so we will go ahead and go click on live view. Allow. Connecting to feed. You would join the Wi-Fi on the Mini 3. Rotate to fill the screen. I don't think it requires you to rotate, right? Alrighty, so if I go ahead and move this around a little bit, you can see that's actually connected to the dash cam, and the quality isn't that bad, I would say. It is actually bearable. And then right here at the bottom, it has the Garmin logo. It says 2/6/2025, so today's date, and the current time right now, 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 29 seconds in the afternoon. Let's go ahead and click on the back arrow. Want to get the most out of your DC Mini 3, which means Dashcam Mini 3, making it even more valuable by setting up some of your device's key features, such as the access Garmin Vault, get notified, align your camera, connect your device to Wi-Fi. We'll just press on X for now. Alright, so I'm right here inside of my car, so we're gonna actually go ahead and set this up. Now I'm actually inside because they got some gardeners marketing their thing outside. So right here at my cigarette lighter, I'll show you my cigarette lighter. So right here at my cigarette lighter, you can see that it has a USB cord down here, but for redundancy, it might be a lot safer to actually use the Garmin plug itself with double USB ports. So we'll go ahead and plug that in right here. So after I plug that in, so I will actually take this cable and disconnect it from the actual dash cam itself and use the USB-A port to plug into the cigarette lighter and go ahead and mount where my dash cam should actually go. Okay, so what it's saying right here on the app is the memory card must be formatted to work with the device. Formatting deletes all information from the card. Format the memory now. Then click on format, so format SD card. Format complete. And now it is actually recording right now. So it will say that you can say, okay Garmin, save video. Okay Garmin, record audio. Okay Garmin, stop audio. Okay Garmin, save video. Alright, so if you're in the middle of a car accident and you have like no way to actually press the button, or you're actually just still driving on the freeway, what you would just say is, okay Garmin, save video. Now if you want to record audio, you can tell Garmin, okay Garmin, record audio, and it will actually start recording audio and come in with your video. Now if you don't want like the audio being recorded, which I don't really recommend that you turn it off, but just go ahead and press on it and it will actually disable the microphone on the actual dash cam itself, but you should always keep that on. So right now it's actually fairly warm inside of my car, so the camera is doing really good. I do think it will do a good job when it's about 100 degrees and so forth. Now, this is one of the worries that I know many people, I usually don't worry about it, but I will go ahead and tuck it away. This is one of the hassles right here. So it is definitely long enough so you can go ahead and hide this cable and it could be out of plain sight. So I will go ahead and try and do that right now actually, because I am planning to use this long term. Let's go ahead and shut off the car. And there we go. And obviously when I remove power, it will actually save with a little bit of delay. And now actually save on the SD card and shut off safely without actually corrupting the file itself. Okay, so one of the ways that I'm actually tucking away, so my plan is for it to go this way on the driver's side and go under the mat, because that will make my life a whole lot easier. So I'm taking the cable and I'm using my nails to shove it underneath this little cloth. And while it continues to do that, it will actually hide the cable and no longer distract you. So I am probably going to tape this up right here. It's in a position that I like. And then we're having the cable go down through the side openings of the door. Well, near the door, really. Just trying to shove it all in. And then right here, I will tape this up right here again, but it will go underneath the mat, and then it will go ahead and plug in into the cigarette lighter. So originally I was planning on using the one from Garmin, but it didn't actually power up, but I already have one right here, so we will actually just go ahead and use that instead on this little cigarette lighter adapter that I have currently in the car. So basically how I routed it is from the dash cam itself, going up through here, down here. Now this is for my car. It goes like in whole different ways for other car models, Now the only thing is that I really have to tape this right here. Well, it's actually going to interfere with my little emergency brake. The actual gas and stop is actually down there. When driving, I don't really see where the dash cam is, so it makes it very seamless, and I feel like in the future, I won't even realize I actually have this dash cam installed in the car, so that is actually a good thing. So if there is something that does happen, then I know, I could just pull it from the dash cam, but you should actually test it every single week, because if you don't, well, when your accident actually happens, that's not going to be a good situation. Okay, Garmin, save video. This is a blue plate right in front of us. Okay, Garmin, save video. So usually the SD cards are in the camera aisle for just regular cameras, but they also work for the dash cam too. So what we are looking for is a little circle that says a number 10. So if we look at this right here from Samsung, the first thing that you see is a C and a 10, which is also known as a circle and a 10. So when you look at it, that is for class 10. Now, if it is above U3 or V30, then it's above class 10, and that's what you want for the dash cam. Now, the minimum is 8 gigabytes, the highest is 512 gigabytes. So I'm gonna be getting something more like that. Also, let's keep in mind you want a micro SD card. So right here, that's what a micro SD card looks like. Right up here, that is a standard SD card, and that's what you don't want. You would need a micro SD card like that. Okay, so currently I have my SD card from the dash cam plugged into the actual camera itself. So this is what it would look like here on the computer on the main menu. Here you will see the first folder is DCIM, and the second folder is called Garmin. If we go ahead and open Garmin, it's basically the Garmin device and the license. So it's just a little bit of the information about the device itself. Now let's go ahead and go to where it says DCIM. So one unfortunate thing when I have set this up is that it doesn't actually have a button where you would format it just by pressing a button. So if you don't have an iPhone, it's kind of unfortunate because you actually have to format the SD card within the app, or else it does not record anything on your camera at all. Beware of that. So you would have to go through the app and you would have to format it. And once it actually formats, this is what the DCIM folder will have. You'll see that there's an event folder, there's saved, park M on SVD. So if we open up on SVD, so basically if we didn't ask Garmin to go ahead and save, we have the whole drive saved right here. However, keep in mind that it does overwrite the time as your storage gets full. So once your storage is full, your Garmin Dashcam will actually overwrite itself. So let's go ahead and let's go back to the main folder. Let's go to 103. So right here in 103 is basically if you connect your dash cam towards something that is giving it constant power. When it's giving it constant power, it means that's never turning off ever. So if somebody hits your car through the G sensor, it's able to actually load the file on here if anybody has actually hit your car, and you'll know and possibly get their license plate. DCIM 102 saved. So here in saved is basically anytime I ask the actual Garmin or if I press on a little button for it to actually save. So I have 17 saved clips right in here. Now where you see where it says GLV, that is basically the camera data on the actual dash cam itself. So it will actually mark in the app what time it occurred. Is basically there is nothing. So usually there's extra video clips in here. I saw that with my first SD card that I put in before I changed it to 512, but sometimes the event part is saved, sometimes where it says saved is actually saved. But the most important one is that when you're actually like using it for parking, it's actually recording, and when you're driving and you didn't even command it, it's actually still recording. That is a very, very important, especially if somebody hits you and you couldn't like splurt out the name towards Garmin to go ahead and save the video, or for Garmin to even listen to you. Because not gonna lie, when I was asking Garmin to save the video with my two hands on the actual steering wheel itself, it didn't quite hear me that well. Hey, if you found this video very informational, go ahead and subscribe here for more tech related content, or check out this video. You might like it. I'll see you soon.